What's up, YouTube? I'm Z, and this channel shows you the world through my lens. Oh, man. I woke up this morning and I see notifications of my favorite reactors dropping videos titled J. Cole apologizes to Kendrick Lamar. Say it ain't so, man. That was my first reaction. I was just like, no, I can't believe this is happening. Now, as you guys know, I always I'm a huge fan of reaction channels, which is what got me into starting my own reaction channel. But the problem is that I can't watch my favorites until I do the thing myself. So I'm sitting here, as you can see, I scrolled over Knox Hill reaction on the actual diss itself. Obviously, Knox catches all the stuff, so it gives me a chance to see what I missed. But I'm sitting here, and I kind of just scrolled through here, and looks like around 3 minutes is where the situation starts on this particular video. So we're gonna check this out right now because I want to hear it from him. Like, we live in an era of clickbait titles. We live in an era of just people trying to, sell controversy and spin stuff. But this video looks like it's him. It's him speaking. So if it's coming out of his mouth, that's the only place I'm going to trust that this is actually happening. And that's what we're going to find out right now. I'm nervous, guys. I just don't want it to be true. Also, because I just finished reacting to his project, Might Delete Later. It's actually uploading to YouTube. And I'll probably have it out in like a day or two. But, I don't know. Okay. All right. I got to hear it from him. Let's go.
After this song, I'm here. Here I am. I've been just chasing my shit, you know what I mean? Like following my dream and just trying to like head to the fall off in the way that I wanted to do it. And so I put out this project on Friday called Might Delete Later. I don't know how many people done checked it out.
Hey man, very solid project. And I know this is kind of just his intro to his fall off album, but I do want to take a quick second. You guys will see my reaction, like I said, in a couple days, but he was rapping on this album, and it's full of him, making the claim to being the best on the planet right now. So,
and I swear to God, I'm so proud of that project because I know one, it's just a lead up. It's just an EP that leads me up to this thing that I've been working on for a long time. And I know the work it took to get to a certain type of skill level. And I love this shit. So that shit means a lot to me, right?
And the technicals were very on point, by the way. When we talk about skill level, they were very solid.
So I'm so proud of that project, except for one part. It's one part of that shit that make me feel like, man, that's the lamest shit I ever did in my fucking life, right? And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there right now.
None of us want to hear this.
Nah, don't do that, but I gotta keep it 100 with y'all, right? I damn near had a relapse, right? Because y'all heard some shit that happened 3 weeks ago, however long it was. Y'all heard that bazooka that was dropped on the motherfucking game, right? So all of this time of me moving on my own accord, for the first time I was tested. Why am I tested? Because I got the world and I got my niggas like, what you gonna do, Cole?
Yeah, we were all like that. Look, I still want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to let him keep talking here. But just so you guys know why I'm shaking my head and why I'm disappointed is because that entire album, the entire EP, he's making claims on every single song, talking his shit, saying, I'm the best rapper alive. Like, these are the claims that he's making through this entire album. The best rapper alive wouldn't do this. Like, when the best rapper alive is challenged by another rapper who thinks they're the best rapper alive, the actual best rapper alive wouldn't back down. That's the reason why I'm upset right now and why I'm shaking my head. But again, I'm going to let him finish because I think I see what angle he's talking about, but let's keep going.
My niggas like, boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls. Oh my fucking God. Text flooded, I couldn't even answer my shit. Nigga, it's wartime.
I mean, I had a bunch of texts, so.
And And I was conflicted because, you know what I mean? And like, I know how I feel about my peers, these two niggas that I just been blessed to even stand beside in this game, let alone chase their greatness, right? So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood.
Okay, but here's the thing. If you're saying that you don't feel any certain way, I mean, from my understanding, because I read something that Kendrick said that. Kendrick said he has like respect for Drake and Cole. For him, it's always been a rap competitive thing. Like when you're at the top, you're competing with each other. So in my mind, like if that's the case, if it didn't mean anything personal to you, then this is rap competition. Like I don't understand.
I don't know if y'all can feel that, but the world want to see blood. So I say all of that to say, in my spirit of trying to like get this music out, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like I try to like jab my nigga back and I try to keep it friendly, but at the end of the day, when I listen to it and when it comes out and I see the talk, that shit don't sit right with my spirit. That shit make me feel, that shit disrupts my fucking peace.
So here's the thing, right? You recorded the song, you would have heard the song in mixing and finishing before you put it out. So you have many opportunities to feel a certain way about it. Now here's my problem. Because he just said, once I put it out and I listened to it, but you'd already listened to it, this next part, he said, when I see the talk around it. Bro, you can't do that, man. Because if you wrote it, you rapped it, you heard it back, you went through mixing, you finalized your album, you put it out, you went through all of those steps where you could have been like, spiritually, this doesn't feel right for me. But once it was out and you saw people's reception of it and the way people were talking about it, that's what made you change? That, I don't like that, man.
What I want to say right here tonight is in the midst of me doing that and in that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this nigga's fucking catalog and his greatness, I want to say right now tonight, how many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest motherfuckers that ever touched a fucking microphone? Dreamville, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct?
You see that guy's face? That's my face right
So I just want to come up here and be like, publicly be like, bro, that was the lamest, like, goofiest shit. And I say all that to say, it made me feel like 10 years ago when I was moving incorrectly. And I pray that God align me back up on my purpose and on my path. You know what I mean? I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way. And if he did, my nigga, I got my chin out. Take your best shot, I'm gonna take that shit on the chin, boy. Do what you do. You know what I mean? Like, all good. Like,
I hope Kendrick do reply back because this sucks, man. Like, you know, even if you watch my video reacting to Kendrick dissing them and J. Cole firing back, like, you could look at both those videos. I'm smiling, man. I'm so excited. And once I did my videos and I got to watch my favorite reactors like Shaq, like obviously Knox Hill I mentioned, there was a couple others I checked out as well. Once I got to watch their reactions, I saw the same thing. I saw excitement. I saw people hyped up. And the thing is, no matter what you think or what you say, the competition and battle culture is a part of hip hop culture. Like, you can't separate the two. Go back as far as your favorite, like, old school rappers as you can, and that was always a thing, right? We know the ones that everyone's gonna mention, like you got Jay and Nas dropping Ether on him. Nas is somebody that J. Cole looks up to like crazy. Let Nas Down, right? That's a classic song. Tupac, Biggie, he compared himself to Tupac on the new album a couple times. You think they were sending apologies after dropping the diss track? Like, if that's what it is in that moment, you recording that song in that moment is the truth. Even if you feel differently about the person after, like Jay and Nas, they have a good relationship afterwards, in case y'all didn't know. They've featured on each other's songs several times afterwards, in case y'all didn't know. But at that time, those tracks were the truth. And Ether, boy, I mean, if you're talking about hurting somebody's feelings and saying terrible things about somebody, that is one of the pinnacles of diss tracks. In my opinion, one of the best ever. Tupac, Hit 'Em Up, one of the most iconic diss tracks ever. Wasn't kind, wasn't polite, was definitely, I mean, just the intro to that song was so disrespectful. You can't, oh man, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because I sat here and I had his back and I supported what he put out. And I saw the comments of people look like talking shit about me, saying that, oh, like I'm gassing him up. Like it wasn't good. It was corny. It was crappy. And I'm defending that because in my mind, I'm like, he said it's a warning shot. It's a jab because he's getting ready to hit. And then you do this. Here's what I'm going to do. I think this has only ever happened once on the channel before this. I'm going to take back what I said about his track because of this. And at the end of that video, I said it was 1-1 because, you know, Kendrick mentioned him in a couple lines in a verse. So it's kind of like, you know, just shooting some shots. And J. Cole gave back some light work, jab, like he said to himself, warning shots. And so for me, I didn't want to give a round. I thought 1-1. That way we can see and really judge when they start throwing haymakers. But I'm revising that score. It's Kendrick 1, J. Cole -10. Bro, you can't do this. You can't do this.
It's love. And I pray that, you know, y'all are like, forgive a nigga for like the misstep and then I could get back to my true path. Cause I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Past 2 days felt terrible. Like, it let me know how good I've been sleeping for the past 10 years. So all of that to say, man, I wanna now perform the song that's a reminder to me of getting back on the right path and getting in tune with God. And the name of the song is called Love Yours. I want to do that for you. Thank you.
Incredible song, man. I'd love to watch a performance here, but we're going to cut it off because we were really just looking for that part. Now look, there is a second part to my opinion on this, okay? We've talked about the hip hop culture, and the responsibility that comes with that. Okay? And I'm pretty sure most of us are going to have a similar opinion when it comes to that. Now, the second part of it, I understand where you're coming from. I understand that you've been on this mode where it's like, I don't let other people influence what I do, how I do it, where I move, when I move, how I move. I choose for me and for my path and for my faith and all that stuff. I get that. I completely get that. And I get that you're saying in this moment that you got carried away because of what the world wanted to see. And that's not how you're trying to move. You're not trying to move letting the world influence your decisions. So I can respect that from like a personal and a mental health standpoint. I get that. But as a hip hop fan in hip hop, and as somebody who just released an album which was an hour long, or almost an hour long, claiming that you are the best over and over and over again on your almost hour-long album. And if memory serves correctly, not just a couple times in his album, but in recent history especially, where he's dropped some verses and stuff, which have been amazing, but he's invited people to go at him and say, oh, I wish, almost like this attitude of I wish a person would try and see what happens. Well, Kendrick did. And you replied back, which in my opinion, and I think a lot of my favorite reactors' opinion, was a solid response. If we're calling it like a warning shot and saying, hey, I've got bigger stuff ready if you really want to do this. From that lens, it was a good response. And then you do this. All I can say is I feel like this is going to hurt the fall off. I mean, like, where do you go from here? Where do you go from here? I'm so sad, man. I'm so disappointed. you know what? And I'm sure y'all are gonna give it to me. Anybody who was on here backing Kendrick, I can't say anything to you. All I can sit here and say is, you're right. Thanks, Cole. I mean, you're still one of my favorites of all time, bro. Like, but on some hip hop stuff, that's disappointing. That's disappointing. But I hope that you mentally and emotionally feel good about it. At least there'll be something positive that comes out of this. But if you guys are still here, I appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.